They say that only in America can a dog become president. But what if it could also talk? Hi, I'm here with Minute Earth, and while there have been some amazing advances in figuring out what dogs are trying to tell us, like this recent study that figured out how to translate a dog's bark into its emotional state, they still can't exactly hold a conversation. But what if they could speak English or any other human language fluently? Well, we consulted with some experts to figure out what an animal takeover of human language would mean for our world. First, there's the obvious. We would finally know what Fluffy thinks about the food we're feeding her, whether our guesses about why she does that weird head tilt are correct, and if our bunnies are actually plotting against us. Like seriously, just Google it. It turns out that when it comes to their humans, bunnies do act differently when their owners are watching them than when they're alone. So maybe all those times you caught your bunny staring at you while you were eating dinner, it was out of love, or maybe it wanted to tell you something and you just didn't understand. And once animals could speak, new relationships would be born. They could tell us about their feelings, their fears, what they think about, even their opinions about things. Speaking of opinions, that brings us to the next thing. Animals could speak. Factory farms, zoos, and animal testing facilities would all face some massive ethical challenges. Zoos, for example, would need to justify their existence not just in terms of conservation and education, but also in terms of animal rights. After all, if a zoo is a prison for its animals, why should we support it? In fact, zoos themselves are already starting to rethink their missions in light of animal cognition. Some are adding enrichment activities for their animals or changing how they feed them to make their environments more stimulating, and a few are even letting some of their animals roam free. With a little help from technology, animals could keep track of their own health and report problems to their human caretakers, and cows could tell us exactly where they want to be milked. Yep, cows need privacy too. Animals might also find they have a lot to say about politics. Any species with language ability and group consciousness, which basically means they have some awareness of being a collective, could end up demanding things from us, like political representation, certain rights and laws to protect them, and who knows, maybe they'd even start running for office. Imagine a canine candidate running on a platform of better kibble and more belly rubs, or a representative for the birds demanding a say in what gets served at the cafeteria at your workplace. The bottom line is culture. Talking animals would change our stories, our religions, our jokes, our lives, when you think about the major world. Religions, for example, most of them feature talking animals. Think of the biblical story of the creation of Eve or the talking animals in the Quran. These stories might get retold with a new twist. Meanwhile, plenty of jokes would fall flat on their beaks. Knock, knock. Who's there? Cow says, no, no, dairy air. BAA, sorry, sheep, but we don't want to hear about your day. There'd also be some unexpected chaos. Parrots might start gossiping about their owners or refuse to talk to us after we trick them into saying something naughty. Cows might refuse to go out to pasture because they don't want to eat the grass, or they might demand to be released from their pens. Pigs might take over barbecue joints. Because, well, pigs are really smart and they love bacon. A chicken with a penchant for the dramatic might lead a barnyard rebellion. The possibilities are really endless, but ultimately the biggest impact might be how talking animals change how we think about them. As one expert put it, having a conversation with an animal would be humbling. In fact, if a chimp told me that it finds me annoying, I wouldn't feel insulted, just enlightened. So let's hope it happens soon. Maybe we'll learn that being human isn't all it's cracked up to be. Speaking of being human, did you know that you can use this website to find out what foods you're actually eating? That's right.